Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the theme park arcade. There's a massive Category 5 hurricane heading straight towards Disney World right now. What should you do if you're in the Disney area or you have plans to go this weekend? We will give you the update. I'm RJ. We have Mike joined up as well. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, everyone? Glad to join up here and talk about this hurricane. Hopefully it does not hit us here.
Hurricane Harvey just hit Houston really bad. So now we have another one heading straight towards us, guys. We are definitely worried, but as long as we take precautions, we can survive this Hurricane Irma Category 5. Let's update you guys and let you know what Disney World is going to do to survive the storm. We have Disney World right here in Orlando, so it is definitely on track to do some damage to Orlando. So Mike, of course, we live in Florida. What are you going to do to prepare for the hurricane as people who actually live here in a house?
Well, there's a lot you have to do to prepare. You got to prepare your food and water, of course. And then you may have to make sure you have lighting and some energy sources. Maybe get a generator. You definitely want to make sure you have food, first aid, your medicine, things like that. And then, second off, you want to make sure you have great shelter. And if this storm gets big enough, you might just want to get out of here. You don't want to risk your life for Category 5 storm. It's not worth it. So just be safe, and you got to tape up your windows. Make sure you have a sturdy house, and if you're in a motorhome, something like that, definitely get out of there and be safe. Play it smart.
Absolutely. Now, for everybody who is planning on going to Disney, I'll let you know that they do not have a cancellation fee if you guys want to change up the dates or if you have to cancel altogether, so you might want to look into that. This is definitely getting serious for this weekend. Looks like it should be right here at the tip of Florida on Sunday, so maybe you can get away with this weekend with it just being a little bit rainy, but you might want to hold off considering nobody wants to visit Disney World when it's just completely rainy, guys. So look into that. But if you are in the parks, I'll let you know that Hurricane Charlie, when that came, all the power went out in Orlando for I think it was like 7 to 10 days. It was a long time. But all the power in Disney property actually stayed on. So take of that what you will. They'll probably have some extra characters in the hotels if for any reason, things get closed down, maybe the park. But normally the park is well equipped. It was actually built to withstand hurricanes. Considering it is Florida, we all know that they were expecting something like this. But as Mike mentioned, this is level 5. We've dealt with some smaller hurricanes for sure, but when you're talking about one of the biggest possible hurricanes, especially in history, this is one we cannot take lightly. So Mike, if you're at the theme parks, what are you planning on doing if you're probably stuck in the hotel if a hurricane's coming?
Well, you definitely want to start off by listening to what the authorities are saying there. If they're telling you to get out and get out of the area, listen to them and do that. Or if they're telling you to hunker down inside to a certain area, go ahead and go there because they're going to know the safest areas to be during this type of situation. And, they've dealt with this before. So I would definitely follow instructions.
Absolutely. I feel like in a resort, you're probably going to be safe for the most part, but you're going to have to entertain yourselves. As far as food, and we need flashlights because there's going to be no power. Even if you're out of town, you always have to have that stuff in mind, especially food, because they could have all the grocery stores emptied out by the time this level 5 hurricane actually gets close to us. So hopefully you guys are not going to be in Disney World or anywhere around it when this thing hits. We recommend stay far away. This is very, very serious, and as residents of Florida, we are definitely very worried. But I think it could make for some interesting environments after the hurricane is gone, Mike. It is going to be very interesting to see how all of the parks handle maybe the biggest storm that they have ever seen.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully this thing just fizzles out and, becomes just a tropical storm and hits somewhere else. But we'll hopefully have that happen, but we'll see what happens here.
I'm thinking on the property though, Mike, the castle that is built of cement, that can withstand a hurricane. And many of the structures, Splash Mountain also made from complete cement. they're definitely built to handle it. Pandora is going to have a test for the first time, but it's a lot of those smaller items, you know. They have a lot of different small things around the park, things that make you feel like you're really there. Especially, can you imagine in Epcot, Mike? They just set up all the food and wine. They have all these different special plants and huts set up. Those are going to be put to the test. They are not permanent structures.
Correct, and hopefully it doesn't tear up the park, because you know Disney's going to fix it, but that's going to take some time. And hopefully this storm does not tear Florida apart here, but we are going to find out this weekend.
I do have a hotel stay planned this weekend, unfortunately timed up with the hurricane. But I will definitely be doing a follow-up after the hurricane hits Disney, if it really does. It looks like it's going to have something hitting Disney, at least maybe the outskirts. It could be the core for all we know. But it will be very interesting to see how Disney World handles it at all 4 parks. It will be put to the ultimate test from day one. They had hurricanes in mind, and this could be the biggest test ever to come towards Disney World property and all of the resorts. There's so much that is going to be affected. One thing's for sure, Mike, with a storm this big, we know for sure there's going to be damage, and most likely serious damage. I mean, it's a certainty. So that's why we're kind of on the mind frame that Disney World is going to deal with it, and they're just going to have to bounce back. They have no other option.
That's right. They're going to have to deal with the damage if it's there, and you know they're going to be able to do that. The thing is keeping their people safe, keeping everyone that works for them safe, and everyone that's staying there safe. So I'm sure they're going to go ahead and make that their first priority. And, you know, hopefully this storm doesn't cause any injuries or death. And hopefully it just fizzles out.
Wish us luck, guys. We're going to need it. Thanks again for stopping by. Subscribe if you are new to become part of the Theme Park Arcade family. We'll catch you guys real soon. Thanks again for stopping by, Mike.
Definitely. Thanks for having me. Stay safe, everyone.